What's up everybody, and welcome to episode 8 of my State of Xbox Game Studios series. For this episode, we're going back to Bethesda's roster. This time, it's AlphaDog Games, their most unknown developer. Let's find out why this is the case, and figure out if they can become a big player under the Xbox Game Studios umbrella. Founded in 2012, this Nova Scotian-based developer was co-founded by Sean Woods and Jeff Cameron, who still remain co-studio directors. And although they have a lot of experience working for numerous AAA publishers, AlphaDog Games started off developing independent mobile games. Their first one was called Wraithborn, and it came to iOS and Android phones very shortly after the company was founded. Their website describes it as a visceral whack and smash experience in a dark fantasy world that over 1.5 million players have enjoyed. Utilizing Unreal Engine, you take control of a lone warrior to defeat fearsome monsters with a combination of fast-paced action combat and strategic use of powerful rune magic in this free-to-play game. I hadn't heard of the game before doing research for this episode, and neither the generic gameplay on screen nor the description of the game convinced me even a little to try it out. So, let's move on to the next game, Montreal City Rampage. This mobile game came out a few years later and is clearly so important to AlphaDog that they don't mention it on their own website and have let the domain for the game's website, playmontrealcity.com, go dormant. Here's some gameplay for you to look at though, if you enjoy looking at the dictionary definition of a generic iOS game from 5 years ago. Again, I won't be downloading it despite its free price, but the one review it has on Metacritic gave it an 8 though, so who knows, it might be decent. That would be the final game AlphaDog would release before being acquired by ZeniMax Media, aka Bethesda, in October 2019. By that point, the number of employees was around 12. Post-acquisition, they've only released one game so far. It's another mobile free-to-play game. However, they can now tap into Bethesda's IP, and so we get Mighty Doom. Google describes it as an arcade action single-touch shooter where you blast your way through hundreds of exciting levels and battle challenging bosses as you level up, gain powerful skills, loot new gear, and upgrade legendary weapons. I describe it as a cash grab looking free-to-play game that stole the style of Fortnite to appeal to any iOS gamer who comes across it on the store. And finally, has the Doom IP slapped on it for a bit more recognition. Based off the gameplay you're seeing here, it sure doesn't look like they tried to take Doom Eternal's excellent fast-paced gameplay and figure out a way to adapt it for the smartphone. Additionally, there's no reviews for it on Metacritic, and neither Bethesda or AlphaDog have any mention of the game on their respective YouTube and Twitter channels, so I'll let you decide which description is closer to reality. I love Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal. They have no right to be as good as they are considering the modern style of corridor shooters we were used to before they came out. I think I'll skip Mighty Doom though. Look, I know it seems I'm unnecessarily ragging on them, but I had to find some way to turn this into a somewhat entertaining video. The truth is that they're obviously talented, or they wouldn't have been bought by Bethesda in 2019. Yeah, let's be real here. They're not a factor when looking at Xbox Game Studios to determine the state of them compared to the console industry and most importantly, PlayStation Studios. They haven't released a game on Xbox, and unlike World's Edge with the Age of Empires series, I see no reason to bring these games to the ecosystem. No one wants to see a free-to-play focused mobile game on Game Pass, and it looks like they have no desire to do that either. So let's just move on to the next episode, where I think it's time we look at a newly acquired Xbox developer that can really have a huge impact if their next game hits. For the next episode, we're looking at Ninja Theory.